Alright, I wasn't necessarily going to do a breakfast video this morning, but I think I will. I think some of you guys really enjoy the breakfast videos. Plus, how well are you going to do for the day if you don't eat breakfast? And here's the deal. You don't have to eat breakfast at 6 a.m. It is, 9:30. I got up, I drank some coffee. I've got more coffee brewing because I drank it all. And, now I'm going to make breakfast. You got to have something to eat unless you like intermittent fasting. If you're doing that, you do your thing. I don't fast on purpose as a general rule. Wow. It's a good thing I didn't start cooking. This is not clean. So, you know what just happened? I have to rewash everything, and I have to remake that coffee because that spatula was not clean and it touched everything because I moved the spatula from the bowl, which is right here, to the pan that I was going to poach my eggs in, and then I put water in that bowl. Yeah, what a disaster. Wow, that sucks, and I think I already drank some of that coffee, so I hate that. Just, it's like you can't wash anything good enough. I can't stand this crap. So yeah, I was almost just about ready to throw my poached eggs in the pan. I was just about ready to start making breakfast when I discovered that. So yeah, that's great. I just love that shit. You know how many times I washed that spatula? I don't see it. Now that it's wet, I don't see that spot on the spatula. But I washed that spatula about 45 times, and here I am washing it again. And I'm going to remake my coffee and redo the skillet. And it's ridiculous. How did I miss that? I don't even see it now that it's wet. I don't see it. I don't feel it. It's so screwy. Whatever. It can sit right there. I'm gonna rewash everything anyway. Better safe than sorry. Because if you accidentally eat off dirty stuff, you can get a really terrible disease. And in fact, it's some people don't survive it. It's so bad. So we'll just redo everything. So hopefully this is now clean. I'm going to redo coffee. I mean, coffee is so hot that I'm not necessarily worried about it, but I'm not going to eat or drink. Contaminated shit. So let me make some more coffee. it is after 9:30 at this point. I tell you, I can't get a breakfast done any earlier than that, no matter how hard I try. Leave it like that. Well, I might as well dump this and rinse it. I use a reusable filter. I don't buy the paper filters anymore because what was driving me nuts when I was using it was every once in a while you'll drop it. And you may not grip it good enough to get it out of the coffee machine. And it'll spill and make a mess, and you end up, just cleaning up coffee all over the place if you screw up taking out those paper filters. So I said to hell with it. Plus, this is like $5 for two, or it was at the time I bought it. And they last forever. This one it's over a year old. I think it's seen at least 3 different coffee makers. It's probably several years old. So it's probably 3 or 4 years old, maybe even older than that. And I don't have to buy those stupid, messy paper filters. And I wash it occasionally, and it does just fine. I gotta wash that cup too. So, there's an expense you don't need. It may not seem like much, but, let's say I was buying, $3 worth of coffee filters every month. Well, 3 times 12 is 36 times 3 years. It matters. It matters if you're counting every dime. So I gotta wash my cup. I want a clean rag for that cup. So, all right. I got my reusable paper towels. I mean, you can't get it's weird shit that I've had to cut out of my budget because of these gimme greedies. The coffee filter was because I was annoyed, but paper towels is because they want $30 for freaking a pack of paper towels. Screw that one. I've had to go back to washing dishes like 45 times a day because everything else is so expensive. I can no longer afford paper plates and plastic forks. And you're like, but that's good for the environment. Dude, whether I use plastic or paper doesn't matter. I don't matter in the great big scheme of things. I do not matter. Okay, whether or not I use a plastic fork is completely irrelevant. Go take a look at how much plastic your corporations are dealing with. I can look around and tell you there's a problem. This milk jug is made out of plastic. My coffee maker is made out of plastic. And you might be able to find a metal commercial coffee maker for like $10,000. Maybe not that expensive, but several $1,000s and you can have a metal coffee maker. My Folgers, it's in a plastic container. All those spices, they're in plastic containers. The change can't come from me. It's got to come from them. Because the only, and could I buy glass spices? Sure, I've got a few. They're $8, dude. I mean, this is Simply Organic cayenne pepper. This was like $6 or $7 when I bought it a couple of years ago. It's glass. But it's also $6 or $7 for just that little couple of ounces. Oh, that's not a good sign. I just melted into my thing, but I want to check this spatula again. That is... No, there it is. What is that? That is so weird. It disappears when I get it wet, but I can't feel it, can't see it. No, whatever, maybe it's nothing. Alright, so spatula is not entirely heat resistant. Because that's skillet is way, way hot. And I keep banging it because of this damn Bam Bam sink. It's frustrating. This is why I need a real house. This is just ridiculous. And this was going to be a quick breakfast, too. I was going to have some quick poached eggs, cheese, and Spam. It's just turned into a nightmare. So we're gonna call it clean. If this shit isn't clean at this point, I mean, it's just not meant to be. All right. So I'm gonna reheat up this water. This was supposed to be a real smooth process. The skillet was already clean. Everything was already clean. The water was already heated. And all of a sudden, I find a speck on the spatula and everything's screwed up. All right. So, all right. So I'll be back in a few to actually make breakfast. All right. I need another bowl to do the eggs, I guess. The raw eggs. Because the bowl that I got is for the cooked food, and I forgot about the raw eggs. Alright, so, and I got the Dutch Farms eggs. I'm not sure why, but I like these better than the ones at Dollar General. The ones at Dollar General just don't appear to be that good. I wish I had one to show you, but I threw out the last 3 Dollar General eggs that I had because I don't like them. The shells are almost translucent. They have a lot more of, the weird little flaws in them that make them seem kind of translucent. And I don't like that. And they don't seem to taste as good, and I do not know why. Because neither of these eggs are organic. They're not organic, they're not fed great stuff. Neither one of them. There is an organic brand sold by my pharmacy. I think it's Nellie's. And Nellie's is good eggs, real good eggs. Better than Dutch Farms, but they're also about $8 a dozen, so not really in the budget there. All right, so I got one egg in the bowl. I'm waiting for this to boil. It's steaming, but it is not boiling, so we'll give it a few more minutes. I'll be working on the horror of the Kazumari Greed statue as soon as I eat. There isn't any work so far today that I have seen. You know, and it's almost 10 o'clock. It is 9:54 at this point. I haven't seen any work. I mean, so that's kind of the way it goes. It really doesn't want to boil. The vinegar caused a problem or something, but all right, let's go pour some eggs. And it just ended my video, so I have to start a new one, so that's going to be a pain in the ass later. But let's see what we got going on. It is not wanting to boil. All right, so there's that, and we'll do one more. Uploading 2 videos versus 1 video is harder. I prefer my videos to be lined up so that I don't have to, or in line as a single thing, so I don't have to fight Google Drive and then, you know, splice it together using another piece of software. But unfortunately, when I went to do something, the video thought I hit the off button and I did not. So there's that. And we'll do one more. Because I'm going to have 2 poached eggs, some American cheese, and some Spam, I think. Well, my Spam disappeared, so I guess it's a sausage. I probably deemed it freezer burnt and threw it away. I do have a another can of it, but I really just wanted the last 2 pieces that were in the fridge or freezer, and they are not there, which means I decided that they were not worth eating. They were probably freezer burnt. Probably what the deal was, because I don't eat Spam very often. I put it in the freezer, but sometimes I just don't even get to it before it freezer burns. Okay, so I'll just cook up a sausage, I guess. All right. So let's see if this is done. This stuff really didn't want to cook this morning. And I'm hoping those eggs don't cool off too much while I'm waiting for this sausage. Because that Spam would have taken much less time. And obviously I'm not going to put the cheese on top of the eggs just yet because the cheese is cold. Alright, so this did not go to plan. I should have probably just slapped some cottage cheese in a bowl and grabbed some of that American cheese and called it a day. I had to pull my skillet off real quick. It's... I'm sure this is done, and it's kind of trying to smoke. When the eggs are cold, I was afraid that would happen. Let's hope there's enough hot in that skillet to warm up the eggs a little bit. So let's hope this... Yep, okay. So the skillet was just hot enough to warm up those eggs again. Not exactly my original plan here, but eat some pepper. Plus that'll get the rest of the water off the eggs, because, you know, that's gross. Alrighty, so I think I'm just going to have it with cheese, salt, and pepper. I already put the salt and pepper on there. So we'll just do cheese, salt, and pepper, so... And then this is breakfast. Poached eggs, smoked sausage, and 2 cheeses. Alright, I don't think today is going to be a good day. I've gotten up 6 times to turn off the TV so that I could append this video or audio to the next video that I'm doing. And I'm like getting up and turning it off and coming back and the TV's still on. So I get up to turn it off and I come back and the TV's still on. This is my whole damn morning. I don't think it's going to be a good day at this point. So this video is about me making breakfast, and I did not get to eat it because I put it all in the bowl. The sausage, the eggs, the cheese. I go to sit down and I eat one of the eggs, half the sausage and 1 cheese, and BAM! The bowl tips over, the cheese slaps on the desk, and I grab the bowl and I flip it back up real quick, and the cheese flops back over across the rest of the food, and I didn't get to see if the cheese hit the table. So I have to assume the cheese hit the table and it's contaminated everything else in the bowl, and I'm not going to be able to eat it. So I had to throw the rest of it away. And then I went and got another cheese to try and make up for the stuff that I can't eat. And I took a bite of it, and I looked down, and it's got a speck on it, and I started to eat it, and then I spit it out and brushed my teeth, and I'm just not getting breakfast today. It is not happening. Sometimes, no matter what you do, you are not getting breakfast. There's like the world is against me for getting breakfast today. So no, I did not get breakfast. That is my life today. Anyway, so that really sucked. Maybe lunch will go better. Like and subscribe if you are so motivated, and I will talk to you later.